What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Tuesday afternoon, just sitting out here chilling. And guys, yes, I got y'all messages, and I decided to plug in on the Instagram and saw MuscleSportTV. And yes, I did see Big Rob Fitness make an absolute fool of himself. But more seriously, Big Rob Fitness also communicated a threat to Joe. And that, my friend, is illegal. Illegal. And, it's kind of funny how Joe just let, Big Rob Fitness hang himself on his own noose just by simply sitting there and saying absolutely nothing, which was an excellent strategy. It's an interrogation technique there that we used to use in law enforcement. And yes, I was in law enforcement. Joe was also in law enforcement. So we know all the ways in order to deal with people like Big Rob Fitness. But subsequently, Big Rob Fitness opened up his big fat mouth there and started ranting and raving. And in the process of his delusional rants and raves, actually threatened Joe in numerous statements here. Those are statements enough to where, Joe only has to make one call to the police department. They'll come in there and they will pick Big Rob Fitness up and put him in jail. Now, they may not deport him back to Iraq or Iran or Saudi Arabia or wherever his country of origin is there, basically. But, you guys get the drift there. Big Rob Fitness, you need to slow your roll, pal. And it's kind of a shame there because Joe was trying to actually help you out there. Brought you on to MuscleSportTV and offered you an opportunity, and you went and waved around that $25 check, just forgetting that Joe had to go and find some sponsors for you, which he could have easily done there. Why do you think Greg Valentino's still working at MuscleSportTV? Yes, he got the same thing there, but then now he's getting that sponsor money there. And that's just a clear example as to how little you know about the bodybuilding and fitness industry and how it works and how do you make money in it there. Because you've spent very little money and spent very little time, in this industry. But, the way I would have to equate this here, Big Rob, is, well, you're sort of like a taxi cab. You're driving around looking for customers. And you started by picking up Jason Genova. Then you started picking up subsequent people, Jay Masters. You even picked up me on the toll there. Talking shit about me for absolutely no reason out of the middle of nowhere. Then you go and talk about Ron Harris, and then you go and kiss his ass, and then you talk shit about him, and then you kiss his ass again. And yes, we've seen the text messages there. So, man, I'm sure Joe also has those phone conversations. And it's just kind of a sad situation. You're like a taxi cab, basically. You're just you're doing everything you can in order to get money there by picking up every single random customer and then talking smack about them, thinking that, you're going to get a repeat customer. It doesn't matter how many people you pick up there. You need to stick to something there. And not only that, your videos are kind of boring. All you're doing is working out with chains, and you're all covered up and everything there. And I've seen that little animated picture that you have, and I know that definitely isn't you. You definitely ain't got no abs, that's for sure. But in any event, from now on, I want everyone to do this. Every time you see Big Rob Fitness, put in the comments, drive cab from city, and put a K next to that cab. So from now on, what we're going to do is we're going to drive the cab from the city. And I'm not trying to get loud in the city or anything. I just want to simply drive the cab from the city. So, this is not an Order 66 here, because I'm just trying to stress my point that Big Rob Fitness is like a taxi cab there, and he's trying to pick up everyone in order to get some money there. And that stuff needs to cease. And it's time to drive that cab out of the city. So, in the comments there, in this comment section there, for Big Rob Fitness on his Instagram, on his Twitter, simply post, drive cab from the city. Drive cab from the city. And that's all I got to say about this here. Big Rob Fitness, you better hope Joe doesn't go and call the police department, because you done made some very considerable threats live and it's recorded, and you can be brought in front of the magistrate and be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and you can spend some serious time in jail because communicating threats is a serious business. Not business, business. That's all I got to say today. I'm going to go eat my sandwich. You guys take care.